This is a New York City public research library, and it's in a historical building. You can see it's gorgeous inside. I forgot how beautiful it is inside. I haven't been there in a while. But I went to the branch library across the street from it in Fifth Avenue, and I couldn't get the book that I wanted. And I saw the sign, Protect the Freedom to Read. And that's very concerning now because started a long time now to trying to ban books in the US. There's this rise of anti-intellectual movement, not believing in research, not believing in people in academic education. A lot of times people are saying now it's education, you can make money without going to school. And I think going back to our ancestors who were prohibited from reading, prohibited from attending school for a long time. And when they could attend school, it was segregated. And still today, it's poorly funded based on race and zip code in America. So, but the ancestors, as soon as they were free, whether that was in Jamaica or here, anywhere in the Caribbean, in the US, they clung on to wanting to learn how to read and wanting to get, if not themselves, their children educated. Because the ancestors knew that within that written word, that if you're in a society where words are important, knowing the word and getting an education was a way towards freedom. It's not just about, does it help you make money? Because that sounds even a bit like how we were used in enslavement, that our only purpose was to make money. So now it's very alarming that no longer do they have to ban us from getting education, learning how to read, that we ourselves are now creating this kind of internal ban that devalues education, especially on a higher level. Yes, not everyone needs to go and get an advanced degree, but everyone needs an education. So education is both formal and informal, that you have to read and research and elevate your mind because you're in a society with words and data and knowledge, and you have to be able to operate there. And I must admit also, on the part of people who have gotten education, that sometimes instead of becoming educated by getting these degrees, we've become indoctrinated into supremacist thinking. So we now use education as a way to elevate ourselves above others. So now we create some kind of education supremacy. And that is wrong. That is wrong because education is always a tool of liberation, a tool of upliftment and liberation, not just for the person who gets the education, but for our people as Black people and for all people, the society at large. Education is the way, and it will take various forms, but as I said, education is both a formal and informal pursuit. And to devalue education, we will miss out on all some of the great minds that have influence and continue to influence us. And many of them we're seeing here. We have Audre Lorde, who we'll later see. We have Toni Morrison, we have James Baldwin, and artists. And it's just very important to know that in this struggle for liberation, in this struggle for thriving, you cannot liberate and uplift yourself if you do not know the clues, the words. And this painting here is about clues and words because they have codes of Underground Railroad, the one that just passed, Underground Railroad escape routes. So education is symbolic as well. We can use words that can indicate our desire to free ourselves without the other people that we're trying to free ourselves from knowing what we're talking about. So yeah, so what do I want to accomplish? What for me is, it's on the sign of the library. It says protect the freedom to read. And how do you protect the freedom to read now that it's being threatened by banning books? I think in the short term, the coming holidays, I suggest buying banned books by Black authors from Black bookstores. And that's a lot of B, but we're going to buy banned books from black businesses as a way of preserving that kind of literature. We're also going to seek out, I guess I would want to seek out reading, because it was in researching that I was told, I went to the library, as I said, and they said the book is only in the research library, and I had to go here to see it. Here we see Baldwin. So yeah, we have to return to the place where our ancestors, who could not read and write, who could not get a degree or any kind of formal education, they were both intelligent, but they also pursued an education, formal and informal. So tell me, what do you think? Feel free to like, subscribe, comment. Thank you for listening.